So let's look at these two reactions. Okay? So let's say you don't know anything about chemistry, but you're given in what? Huh? I have no idea how it got
It's to pick up oil spills that he spills on the ground.
From the freshman.
I think it's in your brain.
So let's just say you don't know anything about chemistry, and I'm going to run these two reactions side by side. How could you tell what would be one obvious thing that would be the difference between these two? I'm running these two reactions side by side.
What's in it? What's in it?
Cobalt's blue, right?
No.
Why don't we just
more obvious?
Which
one is producing bubbles?
The first one, yeah.
Oh, this one you would produce bubbles.
Exactly.
Okay? You would produce bubbles. Now, dichromate also has a very, very distinctive orange color. Okay? So if this reaction was happening, dichromate is very bright orange. If this reaction was happening, what would happen to the color of the solution?
It would become clear.
It would fade,
Fade.
right? And you would produce bubbles of oxygen.
Was that absorption or electron?
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, that, yeah.
Okay. So, you want the E0 values. So the first one, does somebody have an answer?
0.63.
Perfect. Yes! Positive or negative?
How did you get that?
Oh dear.
I got
Okay.
3.
You said 0.63.
3.
Okay. You have, so let me give you a hint. Look at the reactions that you want to end up with.
Yeah.
So you have dichromate as a reactant, okay?
Yeah.
So what's the only reaction that has dichromate as a reactant?
The third one.
Third one. So that has to go in that direction,
Yeah, so I did that.
okay? But this is a redox chart. This is a redox reaction. So if you have a reduction, you also have to have
Oh my gosh, I was supposed to get 3.1.
an oxidation.
Don't do a reaction.
Sorry, H.
So then you have to decide which one are you going to flip.
But there's H2O2 on the left.
But you
But
saw.
okay,
I know, but
I'm
Natalie-
not-
Natalie, we need the electrons on the right side
she's
because in the other one we have electrons on the left
It's
side.
because you can't have two reactions.
Well, you just don't want to over an oxide.
You have to have electrons on both
That's what I
sides.
said.
So if one of them is going to go in the forward direction, one of them has to get reversed.
But don't we need the H2O2 in there?
Well, you
right
need the
there.
oxygen too.
Oh, you're using the third one. Or the fourth one.
The
I'm
fourth
just
one
gonna-
down.
It's because the other one is in the reactant side, but you can't use the reactant side.
So then you're taking 1.33 minus 0.7 because that second one gets flipped. And that's how you get the 0.63.
Wait, okay, but I know that this isn't like this situation, but how we have the H2O2, one on the reactant side, one on the product side. What if the whatever that the diachromate? What if that there was like an equation where it was on like both ones? Which one would you pick?
You'd have to look at the other reactants and products.
Would you just choose which one would make E
Which one will make
positive?
that particular reaction happen?
Okay, that's what I. Okay.
Now, what'd you get from the second E0 value?
I'm not gonna
Negative 0.07.
Negative
That's what I
0.07.
got. I should have answered.
Good job.
Okay? So,
Wait, what'd you
which
get?
one is going to take place?
The first one.
Oh, she didn't.
You know, it's
she didn't
positive.
jump.
The first one's going to take
She's
place
getting that.
because,
It's
so if I
positive.
tried to do the second one,
You need a battery.
what would happen?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Need one of those things.
I just take cobalt ions and hydrogen peroxide and I throw a little acid and
No.
nothing's going to happen.
Blame show.
Okay.
Light her up.
We broke chemistry.
Wait, what was the answer?
Negative 0.07.
So I'm just saying, if I tried to do that second reaction, nothing would happen because it has a negative E naught value. Right?
I do remember.
All right. So then you get to part B, part 1. Which hydrant should the student choose?
Obviously, the first.
The first one, the dichromate,
Yeah.
because it produces a
Positive spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
positive spontaneous reaction. Okay?
Well, I'd say positive not.
Or positive E naught. There you go. Now, when you get delta G, what sign should delta G end up in?
Negative.
Why?
It's spontaneous.
Yeah.
Because it's spontaneous. Okay? Now, here's the next step. So you're going to do delta G equals negative N F E naught. What's F?
96,500.
Faraday's
Faraday's constant, 96,500.
Yeah.
What units?
For moles of electrons.
I thought
Well,
it was
it's moles
like
per
C.
mole of electrons.
Coulombs per mole.
I didn't see the second part.
I
Okay.
can't wait.
Now,
I'm
E naught is in joules, but what's another way to do joules?
Joules per
Excuse
second.
me, what's another way to do volts?
Joules per second.
No. That's
Volts?
amps.
Oh.
Volts.
Joules per coulomb?
Joules per
Very
coulomb.
good.
And you took this.
And it is moles of electrons. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
moles cancel out. The coulombs cancel out. What are you left with? Joules, which is what energy is measured in.
Excuse me, what is it? I get it's mole.
What's
electron,
it?
but where
It's
do I
the
find
number of moles of electrons from the two balanced equations.
So,
So just say. Yeah. Okay.
hey, Berg, is it 365,000?
Yeah. Or
This one's
306.
six, and then you multiply this by two.
Oh, you do.
Now, what you want to watch on this one, they tell you they want this in kilojoules per mole. Don't get this in joules. You're specifically told in the question to do this in joules. So you get negative 360 kilojoules per mole. Now, step back for a second. Now that we know a lot more chemistry. You have a negative delta G. Is the reaction spontaneous?
Yes.
Cool. Now, let's look at this. What if you, since we're dealing with that first reaction,
Wait, how is it negative? Oh, it's.
The negative out in front.
there's negative out.
Wait, what was my answer?
Negative 360 kilojoules per mole.
My bad. Hold on.
N is 6. E naught is 0.63. Did you get it, OP?
Wait, say the answer one more time.
Negative 360 kilojoules per mole.
Okay, can you explain that real quick? Why the moles is 6?
Because if you look at the balanced equations, the two half reactions,
That's how many electrons.
the number of electrons lost has to equal the number of electrons gained.
So
So,
the moles is based off of like whatever we multiply by like 2 and 3 to make sure the electrons.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
so what's the common number of moles on both sides of the two half reactions? Which is going to be 6.
So to find N, you just see the number that they have in common for
Yeah.
election.
Or if you want to, you have time to verify. It's like, okay, they're not going to give you N straight up, but if
Yeah.
you look at this and go, okay, I've got 6 electrons on one side, 2 on the other.
Yeah.
I got to multiply the bottom one by 3 to
Right.
get the electrons to cancel out. Okay? All right. Now, back to our story. We have a negative delta G, which we just calculated. So the reaction is
Spontaneous.
spontaneous. Now, that's going to equal delta H minus T delta S. Look at that reaction that we're going to deal with. Based upon the reaction that you see, just a simple observation, what do you think the sign of delta S is going to be?
It's gonna be positive.
Why?
They're making a mess.
We're making a mess. How do you know you're making a mess?
Because we have a negative.
Because there's no gaseous reactants, right?
Versus dichromates.
But you're making 3 moles of oxygen.
Right.
I don't do it.
So you got to figure you're going to have a positive delta S. Okay?
Disorderly combination.
Since you have positive delta S. So what that means, now it's, that could, what you have positive delta S. Could you have a negative delta H?
Yes.
It has
If
to
you had a negative delta H, what would happen?
It would be spontaneous.
It would always be spontaneous.
Every time.
Okay? But if you had a positive delta H,
Kind of dependent.
then it would be dependent. Now, you can't tell that. If they say you do this reaction and the temperature goes up,
Ooh.
If you do this reaction, the temperature goes up
Like of the solution around.
of the solution around it.
Then the reaction loses energy.
So that would, if you do this, you take the dichromate, the hydrogen peroxide, and you do that reaction. You do that reaction, the temperature goes up. What would be the sign of delta H?
Negative.
Negative. So you'd have a negative delta H and a positive delta S, which means the reaction is always spontaneous. So if they said, hey, here's this reaction, you do it, the temperature goes up, is the reaction always spontaneous? Now there's a limit to that. Obviously, if you go to like -5 degrees Celsius,
Yeah, the reaction's transferred.
it won't happen. Why? Yeah, the water's going to freeze. Okay? So there is just a physical limit to saying it's always spontaneous. Okay? If you go to the surface of the sun where the beakers would melt, hey, whatever. Okay.
Go at nighttime, so it's-
Now the other ones are pretty short.
That's actually funny.
So try the 2017 question number 6.
Oh, KS.
This one I was trying to do.
Oh,
That's
stomach's hurt.
That's his energy.
Question.